Thank you for joining me in this video. So in this video I'm going to be talking about the difference between agoraphobia and social anxiety. I want to put a disclaimer that I'm not a psychologist or psychiatrist or therapist or counselor. I am talking from my personal experiences, and then I'm also going to look online. But before I get started with that, I wanted to give a little shout out to this company called Adore Me, and they are a lingerie company. They were nice enough to send me something, so I didn't really want to get any of their lingerie because I'm not really a lingerie type of person. I'm just a comfy but cute type of person. I think this is kind of TMI, but I did get a bathing suit from them, and it is a very sexy bathing suit. So it's got this little like push-up top, and you know, obviously I can't wear it right now because it's too cold, which makes me mad because it's already almost May and it's in the 60s outside, and I really want it to be in the 70s and 80s, but it's in the 60s, and I'm so mad. I'm just so ready for like any sort of chilliness to be over. So this is the bathing suit that they sent me. This is the top, this is the bottom, and I really like it. I haven't gotten a chance to actually like wear it swimming, so I can't talk much about it as far as that goes, but I have tried it on and it's really cute, and I really like it a lot. So if you're looking for lingerie or a sexy bathing suit, and I just got a black one because I'm boring, but anyway, so thank you so much to Adore Me, and I will leave a link to them below. That has nothing to do with this video, but they wanted me to give them a shout out. Okay, so first I'm going to say what I think the difference between agoraphobia and social anxiety is, and then I'm going to look online. And I'm having the worst hair day ever. I'm having a really bad hair day. So let's just not look at my hair. Okay, so what I think the difference between agoraphobia and social anxiety is, so from what I understand, agoraphobia is you get really uncomfortable in crowds. So you get anxiety when you're in crowds and there's lots of people around and you're in like an open space with a bunch of people and it's crowded. But social anxiety, you get more anxiety when you have to actually socialize with people, when you're expected to actually talk to people and mingle with them and socialize with them. So a lot of people are like, how can you make videos if you have social anxiety? Well, when I make these videos, and people still give me those comments, which is so silly, but when I'm making these videos, I'm not socially interacting with anyone. I'm just talking to a camera. So I'm not actually in a social situation right now. So yeah, I feel like agoraphobia is not wanting to be around large groups of people, and then social anxiety is more fear of socializing. So actually having a conversation with people around, or yeah, being expected to socialize. When I would go to classes, when I was in college and stuff, when I would go to classes where it was going to be expected that we participate, where we had to like have class discussions and stuff, or give presentations, that sort of thing, basically where I had to actually like interact with people, my social anxiety was 10 million times worse than when I went to a class where I knew all I had to do was sit in a giant lecture hall and take notes. So that's the difference. I feel like someone with agoraphobia, they would hate the large lecture halls. But for me, I loved it when I was in a lecture hall where it was like 300 students or more. And you were completely anonymous, just in a sea of people. You weren't expected, like, you weren't expected to be the one that raised their hand, because there's 300 other people who can raise their hand and answer questions. So you could just be an anonymous person sitting there typing on your laptop or taking notes or whatever. No one would notice you. You wouldn't have to participate. So that's what I really liked, when I got to just be able to learn without being expected to socialize. Then someone with agoraphobia, they might be totally fine socializing. So basically, someone with agoraphobia would, I think, prefer a small classroom, even though you'd have to participate in all this stuff. Whereas someone with social anxiety would prefer a large classroom. Don't get me wrong, I would get anxiety because you still are just in life expected to socialize with people, but I'm talking about like once the class started and all we had to do was, the lights were down, it was dark, and all we had to do was watch a PowerPoint and listen to a lecture, and you're not expected to socialize. amazing. But a small classroom where you're expected to have a discussion, I feel like someone with agoraphobia would thrive in that environment. So someone with agoraphobia, they don't have problems socializing. They have problems with crowds, as far as I know. So it's a fear of places and situations that might cause panic, helplessness, or embarrassment. It's much more of a succinct definition than what I gave. Agoraphobia is a type of anxiety disorder in which you fear and often avoid places or situations that might cause you to panic and make you feel trapped, helpless, or embarrassed. With agoraphobia, you fear an actual or anticipated situation such as using public transportation, being in an open or enclosed spaces, standing in line, or being in a crowd. The anxiety is caused by fear that there's no easy way to escape or seek help if intense anxiety develops. Most people who have agoraphobia develop it after having one or more panic attacks, causing them to fear having another panic attack. That's exactly what I thought. Another reason that I inspired this video, so like in a past video I was talking about how I was re-inspired to make social anxiety videos because it seemed like my boyfriend's social anxiety was worse than mine now. But then I realized that no, he has really bad agoraphobia because, okay, so he gets anxiety whenever we're at the grocery store or in a big crowd. So we went to a concert once. He was just like this, and whenever we go to Whole Foods, he just wants to get out of there. And I'm like, man, he has really bad social anxiety. But he doesn't. He has really bad agoraphobia because he is so good at actually having conversations with random people. And if you have social anxiety, you're terrible at that, as far as I know. There's such a big difference here. What he has, not social anxiety, because he is so good at having like random conversations with anyone. Like he can have like a really good conversation with the cashier, but he doesn't like being out in the store. And then he doesn't like going to parties because he's of the agoraphobia, but when he is at the party, he still can have conversations and socialize and stuff like that. Whereas me, the party is more so bad because I don't know how to, or I don't enjoy small talk. That was agoraphobia. It says people with agoraphobia often have a hard time feeling safe in any public space, especially where crowds gather. You may feel that you need a companion, such as a relative or friend, to go with you to public places. The fear is going to be so overwhelming that you may feel unable to leave your home. That sounds more like what my boyfriend has. And then I'm going to look at social anxiety disorder. And I'm reading these from mayoclinic.org. In social anxiety disorder, also called social phobia, everyday interactions cause significant anxiety, fear, self-conscious, and embarrassment because you feel scrutinized or judged by others. You avoid actual like social situations and actual like interacting with people. Signs and symptoms of social anxiety disorder. So fear of situations in which you may be judged, worrying about embarrassing or humiliating yourself, concern that you'll offend someone, intense fear of interacting or talking with strangers, fear that others will notice that you look anxious, fear of physical symptoms, blah, 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 blah. Avoid doing things or speaking to people out of fear of embarrassment. Okay, there's a ton of symptoms. I'll let you guys go read this if you want to. So you're basically avoiding normal social situations where you have to interact with people and eat in front of people, make eye contact in front of people, initiate conversation. So that's the difference. Please leave your comments below talking about this. So it's a big difference. One of them is just fear of being in crowded places, enclosed places where you can't escape. So kind of claustrophobia in like a crowd, I don't know. And then social anxiety, which is the one that I'm more familiar with because that's what I have. I don't have agoraphobia. I feel actually more comfortable when there are a lot of people. To some extent, not really, but that's not the thing that bothers me the most. So social anxiety is fear of interacting with people, and then, just putting it very simply, and then agoraphobia is a fear of crowds. I guess that's just basically an easy way to remember it. But go ahead and go to look up these definitions, and that'll help you understand the differences if this video didn't already. Yeah, so I'm basically a textbook case of social anxiety. My boyfriend is probably a textbook case of agoraphobia. So, I don't know. It's just how it is in our lives right now. So, I will do more social anxiety videos, and I didn't want to make this one too long. But yes, there's a difference between these two different types of things, and they might seem kind of similar, but they are very different. Leave your questions below, and if you want me to talk any more about this, then I will. And thank you so much for watching and being awesome. I want to tell you guys that I have started writing my book again. So I started writing a memoir like a while ago, but then I just started writing it again because someone wrote me a letter saying that they really enjoyed it, and then also someone told me that I should write a book, and then I was like, I am writing a book. So I decided to start writing it again. And if you are a patron, then you get to listen to audiobooks of the chapters. So if you want to become a patron, then go over to my Patreon page somewhere. You will go to my Patreon page, and if you become a patron, then you get to listen to the rough drafts of my book. Like, don't be too judgmental because it's basically just the rough sketch of the chapters, and then I'm going to go back in and make them better. But if you are interested in that, you don't have to be a patron. You don't have to listen to them if you're a patron, but if you did want to listen to them, then you must be a patron, or you can just wait for my book to come out. If you don't want to be a patron, then just be patient, and my book will come out eventually, and it will be on Kindle, I think. It'll be on Kindle. It'll be an ebook, basically. It won't be very expensive, I don't think, so that everyone can read it, because it's not really going to be that good. I don't think it's going to be that good, but I'm kind of hard on myself. So if you're a new patron, don't worry, I'm going to repost them so that you don't have to dig through everything to try and find them. Hopefully I will get that finished before too long. I have written like 21 chapters out of 70 chapters or something like that. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video if you subscribe. So please subscribe and or follow me on Facebook or Twitter so that you will see when I post a new video. And have a really, really awesome day, and I'll see you later. Okay, bye.